104.1 KRBE, welcoming you back to H-Town. Max, what's up, man?
KRBE, baby.
Hey, welcome back to the H.
I love it.
It's a beautiful city. It's a great time of year. Rodeo Houston is going on. I don't know if you're too familiar with rodeo type stuff.
Yeah, I've just been learning a lot of it in the last few days, actually.
It's huge. Fried food. Like, I don't know if you're a fried food guy or if
I just had some delicious fried chicken in the car. It was delightful. Y'all make it well.
And fried butter. We have fried butter.
I don't usually partake in fried butter, but
they do. I got to test some of the foods at the rodeo, and they had like a fried corn dog with flaming hot Cheetos on it, which was nuts, and fried cookie dough. It's a good time to be here.
Definitely. Hey, I love trying things. I try to have at least one, but I don't know if my body could handle a full fried butter. I feel like I would just collapse.
My body, yes. Your body, you're in shape. Me, not so much.
Oh, man, I tell you, I eat some questionable things sometimes.
Well, let's talk about the good stuff. Lights Down Low. Let's talk about that. Huge. It is cracked the top 20 on the Billboard charts.
Yes, indeed.
Congrats on that, man.
Thanks so much, man.
When you made that song with Nash, did you think it had this potential, or you're just like, oh, yeah, we'll see what happens when we put it out?
You know, the first version was way before I even knew Nash. I wrote the song for my wife and I proposed to her with it. The story behind that, and I didn't think anything of it. I just wanted to create something special for her. If anything, I had been hitting this wall writing the Hell's Kitchen Angel album, just trying to write big songs, just wanting to be successful, and that's the most poisonous thing you can do in any part of your life. You just got to be authentic to yourself, and that's what it was. I just wanted to write something for her, and I wrote it with two amazing dudes, and we were making fart jokes the whole time, and then we were like, oh, we all actually believe in love, though. We should talk about that. And it's been, I can't imagine another song being like the first one of mine to be heard in this way, because it really is a message that I will believe in forever, and a story that I never get tired of telling.
You're trying to out Ed Sheeran here with
I don't know that. He's amazing.
Because you proposed your wife Lights Down Low, and the story says you had a harp. Was that true?
I did. I had a harp player. Yeah, first place we had our first date in your hometown of Chicago, and we would always joke about having a harp player wake us up in the morning in this dreamland and having chocolate pillows. And so I got the harp player, surprised her in the place we had our first date with our mutual best friend who introduced us, and sang the song, and she luckily said yes.
Wow, can you imagine if you and Ed teamed up on a song? It'd be like the most romantic song in the entire world.
And it just did. Yeah. Oh man, Ed. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Ed. He's always the coolest guy, man. I've been a fan of his forever, and I remember meeting him. Probably it was it must have been 6 years ago now or something. And he was opening for Snow Patrol, and I met him after the show, and we were hanging out, and he's like, "You guys want to go to this bar with us?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm 19, so but thank you very much." Such a cool dude. Met him again 2 years later. He remembered that. He knew me. He was he is one of my idols in seeing that he's kept it real his entire career, and he keeps making beautiful music.
Very cool. New album in the works, or were we just enjoying life?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely enjoying life, but we're almost done with the second album. I've been kind of on the road a lot. We're in town tonight with Steve Aoki for my other project, Party Pupils, which has been
Prevention Music Center tonight.
Yeah, hey, baby, super excited. So it's been great to be able to tour so much, but I'm excited to have the new music come out soon. It's been something I've been working on since the last album, almost 2 years in the making. For
any more collabs that you could talk about on this album? Do you got anybody? Or
yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. We got some really cool people. I've been wanting to work with Joey Badass for a long time.
Yeah,
and I've got him on a record, which I'm super excited. We're working on a record together. I've got one of my friends, Whit Lowry, who I think is just an incredible emotional rapper, amazing dude. And a bunch of others, some female duets, some cool stuff I can't quite talk about yet, but yeah, it's been really beautiful to create with people I love. Actually, my homies Louis the Child, who are Chicago boys as well. We wrote a song that's coming out pretty soon for the record together, and it's been cool.
How did you get your own Snapchat filter?
Honestly, it was just it takes a village, and some beautiful people pitched the idea to Snapchat without me even knowing, and then the day it happened, the night before, somebody hit me up. He was like, "Oh, you got this Snapchat thing starting tomorrow, by the way." I was like, "What? What is it?" And then it happened, and it was mind blowing, man. It was the most amazing surprise, especially on Valentine's Day, and then to see when Kim Kardashian is using Alicia Keys, all these people, it was wild.
That's pretty
cool. So cool. So thank you, Snapchat. Y'all are so rad. Peace.
And I mean, I know you got your own filter on Snapchat, and you do use Snapchat, right?
I do.
I mean, how do you feel? honestly, how do you feel about this new update?
Oh, it's trash, man. I mean, Snapchat. I love you, Snapchat, but it's too confusing. And if
Thank you.
Listen, I'm pretty good with new apps. I got on Musical.ly. I knew how to use it. But that, if I get on an app and I can't figure it out, if I feel like I'm an 80-year-old person at that point, that's not good,
Yeah.
you know? So sometimes, but I get it. Like, I always hated the new Facebook updates and all that stuff too. It's always like, just leave it. I got used to
Leave it
this.
alone.
This is great. But I get that sometimes they want to do new stuff and you got to take a risk. But yeah, Snapchat was it was perfect.
It
as
was perfect. I mean, you and Kylie Jenner should create a new Snapchat.
Listen, hey, Kylie, what's good, boo boo? Much respect. You're a boss.
Max, you're at Revention Music Center. We appreciate your Lights Down Low is doing awesome. We can't wait for the new album. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much, brother.